my name's David, I'm in Taiwan, and this is Taiwan in English. In today's exciting episode, we're going to be talking about abbreviations. Abbreviations are when you try to take a long word or phrase and you try to make it into something a little bit shorter. No, you cannot abbreviate your sandwich by cutting it in half. This is only for words or phrases. Most abbreviations fall into one of two categories, an initialism or an acronym. An initialism is where you take the first few letters of the words in the phrase and you try to break them into something that's a series of letters. An acronym is very similar. They still take the first couple of letters, but instead you're making a new word. If you take this channel, for example, Taiwan in English, you'll see that there's a T, an I, and an E for all of the different words. In English, the word tie means to take a string and to tie a knot in something. So it makes it a very good acronym to use tie. But if you were just to say the three letters in a row, T-I-E, that would be an initialism. A lot of acronyms that we use in everyday life have very special time and places when we use them. If you're talking to your friends at school, you don't say LOL. That's a weird thing to say because LOL is an acronym for laugh out loud that's primarily used on the internet. Other acronyms are more common to see written down than they are to actually say. A lot of these acronyms or initialisms sound a little weird when you say them, but they seem perfectly reasonable when they're written down. For example, ASAP. ASAP is one of the more common acronyms that you're going to see. ASAP stands for as soon as possible. When somebody says to do something or they need something ASAP, what they're really saying is, please stop whatever you're doing and do this right now. ASAP can be either an initialism, ASAP, or an acronym, ASAP. Both of them are very commonly used, and both of them really do mean do this right now. TGIF. Now, this is really only said as an initialism, but what it used to mean a long time ago was thank God it's Friday. But a lot of people don't like the God implication, so they've more or less changed this to thank goodness it's Friday. Regardless of whether you want to thank God or you want to thank goodness, really this just means I'm happy that it's Friday and I don't have to work or go to school tomorrow. DIY. Again, I don't know of any way to say this as an acronym, so it's always an initialism. DIY means do it yourself. Pretty simple idea. That just means that you're going to do some kind of activity and you're going to be doing it rather than have somebody else doing it. Now, I'm kind of old, if you didn't notice, gray beard and all. But when I was young, we didn't use the term DIY. We called it arts and crafts or woodworking or something along those lines. So for me, DIY is a little bit of a strange expression. It wasn't until I was today years old that I heard FIY. I thought that this was a mistake, but it turns out that this is fix it yourself. Never heard this before? If it's a thing that you're familiar with, great. If not, also okay. ETA. ETA stands for Estimated Time of Arrival. Again, only an initialism, not really a big deal. But when you're going someplace, it's very easy to ask somebody, what's your ETA? Or just type in your text message, ETA. And it's very clear to know, oh, when are you going to arrive at the place that we're supposed to meet or at the place where we're going? VIP. VIP is a very important person. Most people like to be treated like a VIP. So, VIP. POV. Point of view. Everyone has their own point of view on every subject and every topic. Point of view is not actually what you see with your eyes, but your opinion from your experiences in your life. Yes, a point of view can also be from the actual eyeballs in your head looking at something, but really when people talk about a point of view, it's from the standpoint of your experiences in life. IMO, in my opinion. In my opinion is a thing that you would say, but it's really, really complicated to type that, especially when you're using a phone. So IMO became very popular. When you use in my opinion or IMO, what you're saying is, I think this thing is true, or this is my opinion about this topic. There's also an in my humble opinion, which is IMHO. The next group of abbreviations are all about asking and answering questions or getting information from online sources. Q&A, FAQ, FAQs, or AMA. Q&A, very simply, question and answers. FAQ, frequently asked questions, or frequently asked questions with more than one group of questions. And then AMA is Ask Me Anything. Ask Me Anythings, AMAs, are generally for people that are a little bit famous or very famous or have some kind of notoriety, some reason that people want to know about them. So they set up an AMA, people ask them questions. The idea is that any question that is asked will be answered, and it will be answered honestly. Another initialism that we learn a lot about in school is RSVP. RSVP is not English, it's French. I'm not going to make you listen to me pronounce French. It's not a pretty sight. But what it really means is please reply or please respond. When somebody asks you to RSVP, they're not asking you only to RSVP if you're going to go or if you're going to do the thing. They're asking you to respond or reply if you're going to go or if you're not going to go. They want an affirmative answer, whether that answer is yes or no. Now, this is not a complete list of acronyms or initialisms. It's not even all of the acronyms or initialisms that we prepared for this video. But this is all we're going to do for today, and we're going to save some more for our next exciting video. So I'll see you there. Bye.